Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Over the next 3 weeks in Port Charles, tensions simmer, alliances crack, and long-simmering rivalries push toward boiling point as Carly and Valentin quietly set their next move into motion. What begins as a calculated maneuver quickly spirals into a chain reaction that affects nearly everyone in Sonny's orbit, pulling the holiday season into chaos, even as the town tries to prepare for Christmas. The normally festive air around Port Charles feels different this year, heavier, charged with secrets that are only just beginning to surface, and the consequences will cut deep. Carly has been trying to stay on the sidelines, telling herself she doesn't want to be pulled back into the morally gray world she spent years navigating. But the more she learns, the more she sees that standing still isn't an option. Valentin's recent decisions and the movements inside ELQ and around Pikeman have forced her to reconsider what she thought she was done with. Even though she's tried to keep her head down and protect her loved ones, she's also aware that in Port Charles, being passive can be dangerous. Valentin approaches her with information that is impossible to ignore, details that hint that Sonny's situation with Pikeman is far more complicated and far more dangerous than anyone has acknowledged out loud. Carly tries to push back, tries to tell Valentin she doesn't want to get pulled back into a web of corporate games and underworld operations. But Valentin is persuasive in his own quiet, formidable way. He doesn't need to shout to make his point. He simply lays everything out. The names, the transactions, the patterns that suggest someone is about to make a bold play against Sonny. And he makes it clear that if they don't act now, the fallout could be catastrophic. Carly finally gives in, not because she trusts Valentin completely, but because she's always been someone who acts when loved ones are at risk. She and Valentin start meeting in secret, crafting their plan carefully. Their goal isn't to harm Sonny, but to force his hand, to push him to see the danger he's in before it's too late. But the way they're going about it, the secrecy behind it, makes it look far more like a betrayal than a rescue. Even Valentin knows that when the truth comes out, Sonny will not see this as help. He will see it as interference, dangerous interference, and the kind he doesn't forgive. Meanwhile, Sonny feels a shift around him. He's not sure why, but something about Carly's behavior and Valentin's movements has changed. Sonny's instincts are sharp, and he doesn't miss the subtle red flags. Brick brings him new intel that only adds to Sonny's suspicion that someone close to him is taking steps that could undermine everything he's built. Sonny starts pushing his people harder for answers. He doesn't want to accuse Carly without proof, because deep down he still trusts her, and part of him always will, no matter how fractured their relationship becomes. But he's also been burned too many times to ignore his instincts. Something is off, and he knows it. As Valentin and Carly quietly gather information, they uncover something unexpected. There is a deeper internal struggle within Pikeman than Sonny realizes. There are factions forming, and one of them could easily turn on Sonny if it means securing more power or eliminating loose ends. Valentin believes that Sonny's recent decisions have unknowingly put him in the center of a dangerous power shift. Carly wants to warn Sonny immediately, but Valentin understands the bigger picture. He insists they need absolute proof before they confront him, because without that, Sonny may just shut them out entirely or retaliate against the wrong target. Carly hates waiting, but she also knows Valentin is right about one thing. Sonny has been unpredictable lately, and pushing him too soon could make things worse. But their delays come at a cost. Information leaks. Someone within Pikeman notices that Valentin is digging into areas he shouldn't be touching. Another player, someone who has been watching Sonny's dealings with increasing impatience, becomes aware that Carly is somehow involved. That's when things escalate. Within days, a warning is delivered to Sonny, subtle enough not to be traced, but clear enough to send a message. Sonny's reaction is immediate. He assumes someone in his inner circle is feeding information to his enemies. His first suspicion isn't Carly or Valentin, it's someone closer to the operations. He starts questioning his people, and the tension inside Sonny's organization rises sharply. But Sonny isn't satisfied with answers. He needs action. Real action. He decides to strike first. If someone wants to send him warnings, he will send one back twice as strong. He arranges a move designed to send a message throughout Pikeman and beyond, a move that risks escalating everything. It's the kind of retaliation Sonny has been trying to avoid lately, especially with the holidays approaching and his family trying to find some peace. But he feels cornered. And when Sonny feels cornered, the old instincts take over. The ones that built his empire. The ones that protected his family. The ones that can also burn everything down. This retaliation sets off the chain reaction Carly and Valentin feared. The pressure rises. The danger becomes more visible, and now they're forced to accelerate their plan. They gather their evidence, tie together the connections, and move toward the moment they hope to avoid, confronting Sonny with the truth. But timing is everything, and unfortunately for everyone involved, they're already too late. Sonny is already acting. He's already retaliating. And once he's on that path, it's nearly impossible to pull him back without consequences. At the same time, the town begins preparing for Christmas. Decorations go up, the tree in Rice Plaza is assembled, and families try to plan holiday gatherings. But underneath the cheerful surface, there's tension everywhere. People can feel that something is brewing. Even those not directly tied to Sonny can sense the unusual unease in the air. Port Charles has lived through many dangerous winters, but something about this one feels more personal, more unpredictable, as though the holidays are colliding with secrets that refuse to stay buried. Carly tries to keep Christmas plans afloat, insisting that no matter what happens, the people she loves deserve to enjoy the season. She pushes herself to organize the small details, food, decorations, gifts, trying to bring some sense of normalcy. But her mind is constantly drifting to Valentin, to Sonny, to the dangerous storm forming around them. Joss notices the tension and tries to offer support, but Carly won't put the weight of this on her daughter. She knows Joss has enough going on, and the last thing she wants is to drag her into a situation involving Sonny's business or struggles with balancing the plan against the holidays. Charlotte is trying to rebuild her emotional footing, and Valentin wants to give her a peaceful Christmas, a chance to feel safe and secure. But he knows very well that peace is rarely guaranteed in his world. Each time he meets with Carly, he feels the pressure mounting. Not only the risk of discovery, but the consequences that will follow if Sonny decides they betrayed him. Valentin is used to calculating risk. But this time, the risk isn't just his to carry. As Christmas approaches, the tension finally reaches its breaking point. Sonny learns enough to confirm that someone has been moving behind the scenes, gathering information about pikemen without his knowledge. He traces the pattern, follows the breadcrumbs, and everything slowly points toward a conclusion he never expected. Carly and Valentin. Together. Sonny feels blindsided, angry, and deeply wounded. It's not just about trust. It's about control. Sonny has always believed that he can protect the people he cares about as long as they trust him to handle threats in his own way. Carly acting behind his back feels like a betrayal on multiple levels. When the confrontation finally happens, it isn't explosive in volume, but in intensity. Sonny is hurt, frustrated, and enraged. Carly tries to explain that she was trying to help, not undermine him. Valentin stands beside her, calm but firm, explaining that Sonny was being pulled into a power play that he didn't see coming. But Sonny doesn't want excuses. He wants answers, and he wants to know why they didn't trust him to handle things himself. The emotions in the room are sharp. Loyalty, fear, frustration, love, disappointment, all intertwined. Sonny realizes that his retaliation may have ignited a situation that can no longer be softened. He understands the weight of the moves he has already set in motion. And now he has to choose whether to push forward or pull back before more damage is done. But either path comes with consequences, and neither will bring immediate peace. As the tension settles into an uneasy stalemate, the town continues drifting toward Christmas Day. Families gather, children laugh, decorations sparkle, and snow begins to dust the streets of Port Charles. But beneath the warmth and celebration, the fractures remain. Sonny tries to compartmentalize, trying to salvage Christmas for his family, while mentally preparing for the battles ahead. Carly tries to hold everyone together, even as the weight of the past weeks settles heavy on her shoulders. Valentin stays a step back, watching, calculating, ready to act again if needed. The next 3 weeks don't end with neat resolutions, but rather with the sense that the next chapter is already on the horizon. Carly and Valentin's secretive move may have been meant to protect Sonny, but it has opened a door that can't easily be closed. Sonny's retaliation has signaled to his enemies that he is still a force, but it has also exposed vulnerabilities he wasn't ready to acknowledge. And as Port Charles embraces Christmas, the truth is that the holidays won't stop the storm, only pause it. But every storm reveals where people stand. Every secret eventually comes to light. And once Christmas is over, Port Charles will awaken to the consequences that have been quietly building, waiting for their moment to erupt. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.